Hi, we're continuing now with the 50th Law written by 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Introduction, the 50th Law. The greatest fear people have is that of being themselves. They want to be 50 Cent or someone else. They do what everyone else does even if it doesn't fit where and who they are. But you get nowhere that way. Your energy is weak and no one pays attention to you. You're running away from the one thing that you own, what makes you different. I lost that fear, and once I felt the power that I had known by showing the world I didn't care about being like other people, I could never go back. 50 Cent. The 50th Law is based on the following premise. We humans have generally little control over circumstances. People intersect our lives, doing things directly and indirectly to us, and we spend our days reacting to what they bring. Good things come our way, followed by bad things. We struggle as best we can to gain some control, because being helpless in the face of events makes us unhappy. Sometimes we succeed, but the margins of control that we have over other people and circumstances is depressingly narrow. The 50th Law, however, states that there is one thing we can actually control, the mindset with which we respond to these events around us. If we are able to overcome our anxieties and forge a fearless attitude towards life, something strange and remarkable can occur. That margin of control over circumstance increases. At its utmost point, we can even create the circumstance themselves, which is the source of the tremendous power that fearless types have had throughout history. And the people who practice the 50th Law in their lives all share certain qualities: supreme boldness, unconventionality, fluidity, and a sense of urgency that gives them this unique ability to shape circumstance. A bold act creates a high degree of confidence. People who are the targets of an audacious act, or who witness it, cannot help but believe that such confidence is real and justified. They respond instinctively by backing up, getting out of the way, or by following the confident person. A bold act can put people on their heels and eliminate obstacles. In this way, it creates its own favorable circumstances. We are social creatures, and it is natural for us to want to conform to the people around us and the norms of the group. But underneath this is a deep fear, that of sticking out, of following our own path no matter what people think of us. The fearless types are able to conquer this fear. They fascinate us by the way they go with their unconventionality. We secretly admire and respect them for this. We wish we could act more like they do. Normally, it is hard to hold our attention. We shift our interest from one spectacle to the next. But those who fearlessly express their difference compel our attention on a deeper level for a longer duration, which translates into power and control. Many of us respond to the shifting circumstances of life by trying to micromanage everything in our immediate environment. When something unexpected happens, we become rigid and we respond by employing some tactic that worked in the past. If events change quickly, we are easily overwhelmed and lose control. Those who follow the 50th Law are not afraid of change or chaos. They embrace it by being as fluid as possible. They move with the flow of events and then gently channel them in the direction of their choice, exploiting the moment. Through their mindset, they convert a negative, unexpected event into a positive, an opportunity. Having a brush with death or being reminded in a dramatic way of the shortness of our lives can have a positive therapeutic effect. Our days are numbered, and so it is best to make every moment count, to have a sense of urgency about life. It could end at any moment. The fearless types usually gain such awareness through traumatic experience. They are energized to make the most of every action, and the momentum this gives them in life helps them determine what happens next. It is all rather simple. When you transgress this fundamental law by bringing your usual fears into any encounter, you narrow your options and your capacity to shape events. Your fear can even bring you into a negative field where your powers are reversed. Being conservative, for instance, can force you into a corner in which you are more likely to lose what you have in the long run, because you lose the capacity to adapt to change. Trying so hard to please people can actually end up pushing them away. It is hard to respect someone who has such an ingratiating attitude. If you are afraid to learn from your mistakes, you will more than likely keep repeating them. When you transgress this law, no amount of education, connections, or technical knowledge can save you. Your fearless attitude encloses you in an invisible prison, and there you will remain. Observing the 50th law creates an opposite dynamic. It opens possibilities, brings freedom of action, and helps create a forward momentum in life. The key to possessing this supreme power is to assume the active mode in dealing with your fears. This means entering the very arenas you normally shy away from, making the very hard decisions you have been avoiding, confronting the people who are playing power games with you, thinking of yourself and what you need instead of pleasing others, making yourself change the direction of your life, even though such a change is the very thing you dread. You deliberately put yourself in difficult situations and you examine your reactions. In each case, you will notice that your fears were exaggerated and that confronting them has the bracing effect of bringing you closer to reality. At some point, you will discover the power of reversal. Overcoming the negative of a particular fear leads to a positive quality. Self-reliance, patience, supreme confidence, and on and on. Each of the following chapters will highlight this reversal of perspective. And once you start on this path, it is hard to turn back. You will continue all the way to a bold and fearless approach to everything. Understand, you do not have to grow up in Southside Queens or be the target of an assassin to develop the attitude. All of us face challenges, rivals, and setbacks. We choose to ignore or avoid them out of fear. It is not the physical reality of your environment that matters, but your mental state, how you come to deal with the adversity that is part of life on every level. 50 had to confront his fears. You must choose to. Finally, your attitude has the power of shaping reality in two opposite directions. One that constricts and corners you within with fear, the other that opens up possibilities and freedom of action. It is the same for the mindset and spirit that you bring to reading the chapters that follow. If you read them with your ego out in front, feeling that you're being judged here or under attack, in other words, you read them in a defensive mode, then you will needlessly close yourself off from the power this could bring you. We are all human. We are all implicated by our fears. No one is being judged. Similarly, if you read these words as narrow prescriptions for a life, trying to follow them to the letters, then you are constricting their value, their application to your reality. Instead, you must absorb these words with an open and fearless spirit, letting the ideas get under your skin and affect you, and affect how you see the world. Do not be afraid to experiment with them. In this way, you will shape this book to your circumstances and gain a similar power over the world. Quote, "In my view, it is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman, and if you wish to dominate her, you must beat her and batter her. It is clear that she will not let herself be won by men and who are impetuous rather than those by who will step cautiously." Niccolo Machiavelli.